What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Bucs Latest here on the Fan Arch Network. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And, of course, for Go Bucs fans and Bucs Nation, it's your time. Remember, like and subscribe to Bucs Latest here on the Fan Arch Network. Every day, daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content on YouTube at 11 a.m., 10 to 15 minutes. And, of course, the newest Facebook page, Bucs Latest here on a Monday. Let's go ahead and get into it. In case you didn't notice, I was out there at training camp, got a little bit of sun in my face, so here are my thoughts. Basically, the offense ruled the day. No basic about it. In fact, Ted Hurst III is the real deal. He's a big-body receiver that catches everything, including a deep shot where Josh Hayes has good coverage on him. Baker Mayfield throws it up. Hurst is able to adjust to the ball, catch the touchdown, and then on top of it, knock the wind out of himself. A little bit of a concern, but he's able to return. In fact, catch another touchdown in the opposite end zone in the corner with his feet down, beating Jacob Parrish. So everything that's been said about Hurst III could definitely be correct. And just, thinking about it, the Bucs have had a lot of good luck when it comes to third-round wide receivers, namely Jalen McMillan when he's able to stay healthy, which he returned to practice, and then, of course, Chris Godwin Jr., which leads me to my second point here. Godwin Jr. is back to form. He made some great catches today, set the tone early and often, and Coach Bowles even said in his presser that Godwin is healthy again. So if he looks like Chris Godwin Jr. all over again, the old Chris Godwin Jr., this is why I believe this offense could definitely take off. You look at the weapons, Godwin Jr., to me, can be a number one wide receiver in this league if he is healthy, and it certainly seems like he is healthy 2 years removed from that injury. Also, the running backs, Bucky Irving look good, looks fresh, looks like there is no injury at this point that was reported in the offseason, so that's good news at this juncture. And then, of course, Kenneth Gainwell, who I was looking forward to seeing. I definitely thought he would help out in the passing game, and that's exactly what he did. In fact, he took a couple of dump-offs from Baker Mayfield. One of those, he sprinted down the sideline for a touchdown. He is going to be a big-time impact in this new Zach Robinson offense. And, of course, the Bucs, what they're trying to do is duplicate what Robinson was able to do with the Atlanta Falcons with this running back room, namely a Bucky Irving, a Kenneth Gainwell, who shows that explosive nature. And, of course, don't forget Sean Tucker, who made a couple catches today. And furthermore, with Gainwell, you definitely think he's going to be an upgrade over Rachaad White. So there you go. There's my thoughts on the offense. Now, the defense, not necessarily the greatest news, as Benjamin Morrison, corner, is still not practicing. It's kind of disappointing and also concerning. When Todd Bowles was asked about this in the presser at the end of practice, he said he was in the same condition and also seemed like he was very frustrated with this situation. But undrafted free agent, a corner from Arizona, Aiden Garnes, is taking full advantage of it. From what I saw today, had a couple pass breakups and is making the most of those opportunities, getting reps, of course, with the first team. And then David Walker continues his impressive camp as Raheem Nacho Nunez said it best, 95% win rate right now. He's definitely the talk of that front seven besides Reuben Bain Jr. So some really good things here. The negative, of course, Benjamin Morrison. And once again, the offense ruled the day as the Bucs are getting ready for the New York Football Jets on Friday, the first preseason game of their season. Bucs fans, what do you think of the performances today in training camp? Put the comments there in the box. Some Bucs Latest here on the Fan Arch Network on a Monday. Let's go ahead and move on to our second story of the day. And this would be none other than about, of course, Ted Hurst III, who was talking to the media afterwards and was asked about what's his biggest learning curve or biggest transition from college football to the NFL. He said the game is highly detailed. These are the best athletes in the world. And, everything's detailed. The difference between, I'd say, college and this is, it's highly detailed. You have to be in specific spots. These guys are sharp. They're detailed. They perform every day. Come out with high energy. So, just trying to execute at a high level is just probably the biggest thing for sure. Every rep. I asked Hurst III about going against Jacob Parrish, who he beat for that end zone touchdown on the corner with his feet down. He says Parrish is very good. He's a hands-on guy. He plays the ball. He's a very good competitor. So, again, good stuff here from Hurst III talking about the transition from college football to football. He looks the part. Again, big-bodied wide receiver, catches everything that I saw today in practice and has been impressive in this offseason. Hopefully he goes down as one of those Jason-like third-round pick wide receivers, namely a Jalen McMillan and, of course, a Chris Godwin Jr. Bucs fans, what do you think of Hurst's comments? Put those comments and your thoughts in the box on Bucs Latest here on the Fan Arch Network. Now we'll move on to Jacob Parrish, who I've said over and over again, I believe he is the best corner on this team. And, of course, he's working on the outside. They was looking at a competition there with him against Benjamin Morrison. Of course, Morrison hasn't been able to perform. So it certainly looks like, again, Parrish is going to win this job. And he says it's been fun to work on the outside because he's been able to. He did it in college football there at Kansas State. He said, I played outside corner in college, so it's not like something new to me. But it's exciting, I'm just out there trying to learn from Zion, of course, Zion McCollum, and learn from others and go out there and make some plays. Now, I followed up the question with him talking about learning from Zion McCollum. What has he learned? And he says formation tendencies. He's like, he helps me with film study, like what to expect at the outside corner. It's always have that next play mindset, especially at corner or a DB. You can't worry about what happened to the last play, but it's already about, the next play. So just talking to him every single day, there you go. So he's learning from veterans. He also shared this, that, he's teaching guys there. So he's kind of becoming a leader in his second year. I expect big things out of him. I hope he can duplicate that effort. And then he also talked about Keontae Scott making an impact, being a tweaker and playing his position that he played last year in the slot. Bucs fans, what do you think of these comments by Jacob Parrish? His performance so far that you've heard in this offseason. Put those comments in the box on Bucs Latest here on the Fan Arch Network. Now we'll move on to the fourth and final story of the day. And the Bucs making a couple moves here late on Sunday afternoon. According to Buccaneers.com, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have signed safety Xavier Williams. The team has also waived corner Chase Lucas with a failed physical designation. Williams, 6'2", 220, joins the Buccaneers as a college free agent after trying out for Tampa Bay during the team's 2026 rookie minicamp. He played at 4 different college programs over 5 years, finishing his career with Cincinnati in 2025, where he appeared in 12 games, totaling 39 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 pass defensed. Prior to Cincinnati, Williams played at Middle Tennessee State in 2024, earning honorable mention All-Conference USA recognition after appearing in 10 games and leading the team with 77 tackles, 3 for loss. Before his time with MTSU, Williams began his career as a quarterback for the University of Central Florida in 2023, Charlotte in 2021-2022, and appearing in 7 games over 3 seasons, all for Charlotte. So there you go. And he will wear number 26 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there you go, making some moves there. Again, the fluidity of the roster can definitely change at any moment, of course, as the Bucs prepare for the Jets, their first preseason game on Friday. You'll start to see the evaluation process of this team. And if there is injuries, knock on wood, hopefully there isn't, because this is the most important time or the most important thing to look at. It's not necessarily about reps and evaluation. Those definitely are important, but it's also about staying healthy. We'll see what the Bucs do going forward. Bucs fans, what do you think of these moves by Tampa Bay? Put your thoughts in the box on Bucs Latest here on a Monday on the Fan Arch Network, and we'll wrap it up for another edition of Bucs Latest. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And, of course, for Go Bucs fans and Bucs Nation, it's your time. We'll see you next time here on Bucs Latest on a Monday. What do we say here, Bucs fans? Go Bucs!